Hey everybody, this is Mr. Drogemeyer. Thanks for joining me again for our Algebra 1 lesson videos. Today we are in Unit 6, looking at lessons 8 and 9, linear functions from a graph. And so what we want to be able to do in this lesson is to look at the graph of a linear function and determine, excuse me, what the equation would be for that particular function. And so a few different ways that we can go about doing that. Um, the easiest way to do that is to find the slope, find the y-intercept, and write that equation in slope-intercept form. So if we look at this first graph that I have here, I have my x-axis, I have my y-axis. I can identify a y-intercept here of 6. So 0, 6, that's my y-intercept. Excuse me. And now if I can find the slope from there, then I can write the equation of the line using slope-intercept form. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look to see where is the next point that is easily identifiable. And so if I look here, when x is 3, it looks like y is 1. And so once I've identified 2 points on that line, I can find the slope. And remember, I can do that mathematically. I can do it visually as well here. To go from this point to this point, I would be going down 5 places. So I'm at 6, I go down to 1. So down 5, down is negative. And then I'm going to the right 3 places. Right is positive. So my rise, or my up or down, is my numerator. My run, or my side to side, my horizontal, that is my denominator. So my slope here is negative 5/3. So negative 5/3 is the slope. That's always multiplied by the independent variable of x. And then our y-intercept of 6. And so writing my function f of x would be equal to negative 5/3 x, my slope, plus that y-intercept of 6. All right, let's take a look at another example here. All right, I'm going to have to zoom out just a little bit here to see our question. So it says, what is the x-intercept of the function that's represented by the line graphed on this coordinate plane? All right, so we want to find the x-intercept. And so if I look at my graph here, I can't actually see that x-intercept. You know, it looks like it's going to hit somewhere over here to the left of that negative 10, but I can't see it on the graph. So we're going to have to figure it out another way. And so what we're going to do is we are going to figure out that slope. Well, we know our y-intercept here is at 0, 8. And then we want to look for another point that is easily identifiable. And so it looks here like we have a point at negative 3, 6. And I could choose any other point on here. You know, there are multiple points that I could use. I'm going to use those 2 points to find my slope. So this time for my slope, to go from this point to this point, or I could say from this point to this point, I know it's going to be a positive slope because it's moving, as I move to the right, it's going upward. So to go from this point to this point, I'm going up 2 and to the right 3. So my vertical, up 2, my horizontal, right 3. So 2/3 is my slope. So if I think about an equation here, 2/3 times x plus that y-intercept of 8. Well, if we want to know the x-intercept, we want to know what's the value of x when y, or that f of x, is 0. And so I need to solve this equation for x. So I would start by subtracting the 8 from each side. So that leaves me with 2/3 x equals -8. And then to solve for x, I need to divide each side by that 2/3. Well, dividing by 2/3 is the same as multiplying by 3/2. Dividing a fraction is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. So I'm going to multiply both sides of this equation by 3/2. So when I do that over here, 2/3 times 3/2 is just 1, so this is 1x. And then on this side, 3/2 times -8, that would be -24/2, which I could simplify to -12. And so we are saying that the x-intercept for this particular function is at -12, 0. And that looks like that's probably, if you followed that line down, it does look like that's about where it would hit. But that's how we could figure that out algebraically using the equation of that function. All right, that's all I've got for you guys today on finding linear functions from a graph. Thanks for watching. As always, if you do have questions, please let me know. Thanks. Have a great day.